Hi guys, welcome to Yoga with Sammy. Today we're going to start standing up, standing nice and tall in your Dandasana. So spreading the toes out and down, lifting up nice and tall. Imagine a piece of string is just pulling you up by the crown, nice and tall. Rolling the shoulders back and down, activating the calves, thighs and glutes. And just feeling nice and tall there. Okay, so we're going to breathe in, bringing the arms out. Inhaling and then exhaling down through your heart center. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So breathing in, exhaling down, and 1 more time. Stretching nice and wide and exhaling down. Okay, so we're just going to take the left arm up and right hand down. So we're going to breathe in, lifting tall, and then exhaling, side bend. So if you can take your gaze down to your right hand there, making sure the right shoulder's down. And then we're going to lift back up and we're going to swap arms. So opposite side this time, breathing in, lifting tall, and then exhaling, side bend. And then lifting back up and just bringing the arms down. So from here, we're just going to do a relaxation technique. So we breathe in, lifting the shoulders up, and then exhale the mouth with a sigh, dropping the shoulders. Okay, so we'll do that 2 more times. So breathing in and exhale. And we'll just hold it on that last time. So breathing in, holding, and letting go. So that's a perfect one to practice throughout your day if you're feeling a little bit stressed or overwhelmed. Just relaxes those shoulders back down. Okay, so from here we're just going to move into a forward fold. We might move into a bit more of a ragdoll as well. So with ragdoll, you want to take your feet so they're about hip distance apart. So we're just going to tuck the chin in and we're going to roll down slowly. You can have a slight bend in the knees. It just takes the pressure off the hamstrings, off the knees. Letting the body just relax over. So once you're down, just making sure you're drawing your tummy muscles in. And then if you like, you can grab hold of your elbows. And even if you like, just having a bit of a sway here. So if that feels nice. If not, you can just maybe move the head with some nods, no's or yeses, just loosening the neck a little bit. Just listening to what feels right for you. So you might prefer that sway. And then we're just going to let the arms drop and we're going to roll up slowly. So head and neck, the last parts to come up, rolling up slowly. And then when you're all the way up, just roll your shoulders back and down, back in your Tadasana. So from here, we're going to move into some sun salutations. So I'll walk you through them, but we're going to start at the top of our mat. We'll do a nice slow one to begin with. So breathing in, arms lift up, out to the sides. Exhaling, hands down to prayer, forward fold. Taking, having a bit of a bend in the legs there, taking that right foot back, lunge looking forward. You can either drop the knee if you like, untucking the toes, or just staying in your low lunge. Taking the left foot back, moving into downward dog. So hips nice and high. If you'd like to have a bit of a pedal here, you can, as it's our first downward dog. Maybe bending the knees, pedaling the heels down. Walking the dog. Just making sure you're pushing your hands and your fingers into the mat, shoulders are down. And then from here we're going to come into our plank. So you can either do full plank, but if that's not an option for you, you can always just drop your knees and move into your plank on your knees. So just making sure you're drawing the tummy muscles in. And then from here, you can either drop the knees and then lower down, or you can drop all the way down from your plank, elbows in, lowering down to the floor. Okay, from here, we're just going to lift up the chest. So we're just coming up into our cobra. We're going to roll the shoulders back and down, just staying here. So if you're feeling that in your lower back, you might like to come up into your Sphinx, so bring the arms down, and if you still feel that, just taking your arms out a bit further, but just listening to what's right for your body. If Cobra's fine, that's great, but we don't want to be lifting up any higher because this is just a small back bend. We're not going into our upward dog. Okay, rolling back down. We're going to tuck the toes under. You can either come up onto your knees first or come all the way back up into your downward dog. So hips nice and high. We're going to step that right foot in between the hands as close as you can, and then maybe even just rock back and forth just to bring that left foot in. So we're in our forward fold, knees bent. So from here, we're going to breathe in, arms come up, we lift all the way up, hands in prayer, and then we exhale, forward fold. So we're doing the opposite side now. Bending the knees, left foot goes back, lunge looking forward, lower the knee if you need, otherwise staying in your low lunge. And then we're going to take that right foot back, downward dog. So pushing those fingertips into the mat, bring your shoulders down, and then we're going to come into our plank. So either full plank or plank on your knees. There's two options there for you, listening into what's right for your body. Okay, so lowering the knees down and then coming all the way down, or coming all the way down from your plank. Keeping those elbows in. Rolling up again to Cobra or your Sphinx. Remember, taking the arms out if you need that, or otherwise just staying in your Cobra. Shoulders are winding the shoulders back and down and looking forward. Okay, we're going to lower down and then we're going to come back up into our downward dog. So either coming back onto your knees first and then up, or straight into your upward dog. Sorry, downward dog. We'll get there. And then stepping your left foot in this time, moving, rocking back and forth just to bring some momentum to bring that right foot in. Bending the knees, breathing in, arms lift up. This time we keep our hands all the way in prayer up above our head. So we're going to squeeze the glutes and just move into a small back bend if that's okay for you. If you have a sore back, just staying up straight, so no back bend. Coming back up and hands down to your heart center. So that was just one round done there. So just closing the eyes. Just noticing how your body feels after one round. You might notice you feel a little bit warmer. Your heart rate might be a bit faster. And perhaps the breath's a bit heavier as well. So this is a great way to start the day with some sun salutations. Doing 3 or 6 rounds. Great way to wake up. Okay, so we're going to do another round. I'll throw in some extra options in there for you, but you can just do whatever's in your practice. So breathing in, arms lift up. Exhaling, forward fold. Moving into your squat, taking your right foot back, lunge looking forward. You can either just stay in your lunge here, or you can drop the knee, or lifting up into Chandrasana. So arms lift up, the back heel is off the floor, Chandrasana. Lowering the hands down to the floor, we'll take that left foot back, downward dog. Moving into your plank, either full plank or plank on your knees. If you'd like to move into a side plank, you can. So coming up onto the right arm, left arm lifts, side plank. Making sure you're not dipping in those hips, keeping them high. Bringing that arm down, and then we're going to lower down to the floor. So this time, you can either come back up into your Cobra, your Sphinx, or you can move into your upward dog. As long as that's okay on your back and that's in your practice. So just looking forward, making sure you're not sinking the shoulders, lifting up high. So you're coming off your mat, so you're just on your feet. So thighs and calves are lifted up off the mat. And then we're going to come all the way down. We're going to tuck the toes under, lifting onto the knees, or coming all the way up into our upward dog. Our downward dog. I'll get that right. Okay, from here, you can step your right foot in and then your left foot, or you can have a bit of a jump. So just jumping in towards your hands. forward fold. Okay, we're going to lift up, breathing in, arms lift up, and exhaling, forward fold. We're going to do the opposite side. So left foot goes back this time. Looking forward, staying in your lunge, you can bring that knee down, untuck the toes if you like, or moving into your dandasana. So your crescent moon lunge. Lowering the hands down, and we're going to move all the way into our downward dog. Moving into your plank. Remember, if side plank's in your practice here, you can move onto the left arm, right arm lifts this time. Keeping the hips high, or stopping them from sinking. Lowering that arm down, and we're going to lower to the floor, either dropping the knees first or lowering all the way in, elbows in, and rolling up into your cobra, your sphinx, or your upward dog. And then we're going to come all the way down. We're going to tuck the toes under, lifting onto the knees, or coming all the way up into our upward dog, our downward dog. I'll get that right. Okay, from here, you can step your right foot in and then your left foot, or you can have a bit of a jump. So just jumping in towards your hands. Forward fold. Okay, we're going to lift up, breathing in, arms lift up. And exhaling, forward fold. We're going to do the opposite side. So left foot goes back this time. Looking forward, staying in your lunge, you can bring that knee down, untuck the toes if you like, or moving into your dandasana. So your crescent moon lunge. Lowering the hands down, and we're going to move all the way into our downward dog. Moving into your plank. Remember, if side plank's in your practice here, you can move onto the left arm, right arm lifts this time. Keeping the hips high, or stopping them from sinking. Lowering that arm down, and we're going to lower to the floor, either dropping the knees first or lowering all the way in, elbows in, and rolling up into your cobra, your sphinx, or your upward dog. Or moving all the way up into your upward dog. You can stay in your cobra or your sphinx as well, if that's much better on your lower back. And then either lowering down, or you can come all the way up into your downward dog. Okay, so from here, we're going to either step the left foot in and the right foot, or you can move into a bit of a jump. So jumping towards your hands, forward fold, letting the body relax over. And then lifting up, arms lift up, small backwards bend here, squeezing the glutes, and then lifting all the way back up. Hands come down to your heart center, closing your eyes. Well done, did 2 rounds there. Second round was a little bit harder. Moved our bodies a bit more. Just noticing any sensations in your body. We're unlocking energy through our asanas. And there's energy points throughout the body. Sometimes these can become locked from just sitting down too much or not moving our body. So by practicing yoga, we're unlocking these knots, allowing energy to flow more freely. Okay, just coming back up. So we're going to come to our Tadasana, and we're going to start in a balancing pose. So we'll start with our tree pose first. So just bringing that right foot in, So just bending the leg out. You either can place your right foot on your ankle, calf or thigh, just not on the knee joint. So just staying here, once you feel nice and strong, bring your hands to your heart center and then just finding your focus in front, so about eye height. Finding your focus. You can either just stay here with your hands at your heart center or start to lift your hands above your head. You might like to take your hands out in your mudra, so index finger meets thumb. Or you might like to bring your hands behind your back. Perhaps just grabbing hold of the wrists or making a prayer symbol behind your back. So prayer symbols just like this. Okay. And then we're just going to bring our arms back and all the way down and just letting that foot drop. Giving a bit of a wriggle here, moving the hips a bit or shaking the legs. Okay, so we're going to do the opposite side now. So left foot this time, we're bending the left leg out, taking the foot, placing on the ankle, calf or thigh, just not on the knee joint. Okay, bring your hands to your heart center, finding your focus. Making sure you're not holding onto the breath either. Sometimes we can do this in our balancing poses. It's just important that we keep breathing, or breathing with ease. You might like to take your hands above your head or hands out, mudra sign, or bringing your hands behind your back. And then coming back all the way down to your heart center and then just lowering that leg, having a bit of a wriggle again. Okay, so we're going to make our way towards the floor now. So just moving into a forward fold, we're just going to tuck the chin in and then just roll down slowly, slight bend in the knees, letting that arms drop. And we really want to get our hands towards the floor. So if you need more of a bend in the knees and doing that, coming to a bit of a squat here. Okay, and then from here we're going to come down to sitting on our sitting bones, okay? So taking the legs out, we're going to move into dandasana, seated stick pose, arms by your side or behind you if you find your arms a little bit longer. And just sitting nice and tall, activating your calves and your thighs, flexing the feet as well. And then if you'd like to, you can move into a seated forward fold, so just bending from the hips, we come down slowly, letting the body relax over. Placing your hands on your legs if you like, or just by your side. So if you're feeling any niggling pain in your lower back, just coming back out of it. And then you can either just stay seated or you can come down again, just trying to hinge more from the hips. Nice hamstring stretch here. And then coming back up, lifting tall. And then we're just going to bend the knees and we're going to just roll down onto our spine. So rolling down slowly, bringing the knees in. We'll just rock side to side on the lower spine. And then we're just going to give the body one last squeeze, so a bit of a hug. So grabbing your knees in. If you like to, you can bring your head up, moving into a bit of a ball. And then releasing. So we're going to move into our Shavasana, our final pose. So taking your feet so they're about mat distance apart, and then your arms can come out to the side as well, about the same distance as your mat. You know, your palms up or down, whatever feels nice for you. You might even like to place your hands on your belly just to notice the breath. You might like to readjust your head, so just bring the chin in a bit so the back of the head's on the mat a bit more. And just closing your eyes down. Noticing your body on the floor, supported by the earth. Allowing the body to rest and feel the full benefit of the asanas, of your practice. Noticing the cool air touch the nose as you inhale, travel through the throat, the lungs, and down to the belly. Noticing the belly expand as you inhale and fall as you exhale. And noticing the breath flow out. And just bringing your awareness back into the room. Noticing any sounds in the room or perhaps outside. You might like to make some small movements, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Maybe bringing the arms above the head for a full body stretch. Maybe bringing the feet in and just stretching the whole body. Maybe just bringing the knees in, making some circles on the spine, the lower back. Moving in one direction and then the other. And then just rolling to your right side. And then you can rest your head on your hands if you like, just staying here for a couple of breaths. Some nice deep belly breaths. And then just using your hands just to help yourself up. Just coming into a seated position. You might like to have your eyes closed still. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.